Hello, Braves coaches. Coach Ken Anderson coming to you for Hardcore Braves, and this is Coach's Corner, week of June 4th, 2026. Our mailbag questions. I do appreciate all the questions get sent in, but because of time, I can only take around 6 or 7 of them. We'll jump right on in here. The first one is, what do I think of Hassan Kim? And basically was told, he's a really good fielder, gold glove fielder when he's out there. But what I think of him in general, and then what his role in 2026 is. I like Hassan Kim. I'm an analytics guy. I was, before the curve, and I'm into Brian Kenny and all that stuff. So he'll make a lot of those kind of lists. The problem with Hassan Kim is he's missed a lot of time, and so because of that, his swing is all over the place. And you know, so Hassan Kim fills a need. He can play multiple positions. I see him as a utility player. I don't really see him as a starting shortstop in the major leagues. He's getting kind of paid as a starting shortstop because we did not realize, first of all, that Dubon was going to be as good as he was, but we also, had to be guarded against try to get depth in there. So I like Hassan Kim. He's here for this year, but I will be surprised if it's not his last year in Atlanta. I think there's other options, and especially at the pay that he kind of requests and his agent Scott Boras requests. But overall, I like Hassan Kim, and I hope he helps us get to a 2026 World Championship. Question number two was, could or should the Braves trade any of these four pitchers? That's Grant Holmes, Spencer Swellenbach, AJ Smith-Shawver, or Hurston Walder. I do not think they're going to trade any of those four. But with that said, if the right deal comes up, I don't think anybody would be off the market of those four as far as being untouchable. As far as should we trade any of those four, I don't really think so either. Until we make sure that we have the rotation that we can go in September and into October postseason play. Because right now, as it sits, we got one guy that we know can take the mound in a big spot in the postseason. That's Chris Sale. We have other guys that we think possibly, and not saying they can't, but Spencer Strider, Bryce Elder, right now are the next two in line. Grant Holmes, Martin Perez are part of that rotation. So this is the reason I do think the Braves may try to add some sort of starter, which everybody, all the talking heads think the same thing. So we'll see how Alex does. The key here is Hurston Waldrop and Spencer Swellenbach, AJ Smith-Shawver are in the mix. Hurston is already really throwing. Here comes AJ behind him. And I didn't think Spencer Swellenbach would be back this year, but now it looks like he may make it back by the end of August or September. So the next question is, which Braves do I think may not be on the roster in 3 weeks? The 3 weeks is kind of interesting to me. I had a friend of mine off of Hardcore Braves point out there was a tweet made about the 3 week window. So that puts around July 1st. Who do I think might not be on the roster? Well, first of all, Drake's going to come back. And we did make a move and pick up Austin Wynns. We got Austin Wynns, Chadrick Tromp. If he's going to be back at Gwinnett, we'll see. Sandy Leon. So somehow in the catcher situation, roster, I don't think the Braves will make a trade this month. I think they're doing all their information gathering and looking at, and I think they really want to see how Hurston is before they really delve in any kind of pool. So I guess to answer your question, who do I think is gone off the roster in 3 weeks? Barring no injuries, I don't see anybody. The few guys that I thought wouldn't be here are not here anymore, and Aaron Bummer and Jose Suarez, some of them. So I think the roster is kind of what it is through the end of this month, and it will change as we get closer to the trade deadline. So I hope that answers your question. The next question is biggest trade targets are. This is my boy Brody. He asked me, are we going to go for a big time player, or are we just going to go for this depth and role pieces? It's a definition of what a big time player is. Are we going to get Shohei Ohtani or somebody like that? No. Byron Buxton, Mike Trout, those kind of guys, maybe. So it really depends on what it is. I think that Alex is going to go and try to get who he thinks can get us postseason wins. And so that might be more depth and role pieces. We'll see how it plays out. We also, I tell people all the time, you just got off the phone with somebody. Alice can try to trade everybody he wants to or try to get somebody. It takes two to tango. So if the other teams are not wanting to do it, we're not going to get anybody. I do think we will. But I'm in this ballpark. Y'all, Chapman's probably the big name left-handed reliever, but I'd much rather have some other left-handed relievers that would add to our bullpen. So sometimes the depth and role pieces are the big targets, and so we'll see how Alex does. Brody, I don't know if that answered your question, but I think that all things are on the table, and I think the Braves are going to try to win a world championship this year, and so we'll see which route they go. The next question is, everybody keeps asking, and it's just put like this: what is wrong with Riley? Nothing's wrong with Austin Riley, except he's off to a very bad start for 2026, or at least inconsistent start. Defensively, he's played well. He made a couple plays this series against the Blue Jays, just phenomenal. For me, I've been adamant about it. Ryan on the hip coil has been adamant about it. His load's a little off. It makes his hands go in a different spot. I actually talked to one of the talking heads Monday, and we talked about it. And, Austin had a good night. Wednesday night against the Blue Jays and looked good at the plate. So there's a movie called Major League, and most of you have seen it. The fact of the matter is you get one, that's good. Two is great, and three is a winning streak. So we need a second good day out of Austin. It will come. I really think that. I also think me and Ryan talked about it today. I think sometimes he gets in his head. He tries a little too hard, know his role. And I think somebody needs to grab him and say, look, your role is just to be Austin Riley and play as hard as you can. This team's got your back. And Mauricio Dubon may hit a 3-run homer into the right field bullpen, and he'll cover you if you go whatever, 1 for 3 or 0 for 3. Stop trying to get a batting average. Don't try to get home runs. Don't try to get RBIs. Just go hit and have fun. I've said that multiple times. I don't think there's anything personally wrong with Austin Riley, but I think other than being inconsistent, and let's hope he gets there because we need him. One of the other questions asked to me is, would we entertain ever trading Austin Riley? Well, that's a broad question that my initial answer is no. But again, if somebody were to say, we'll give you this A player for Austin Riley, and Alex may look at it and go, I think they bumped their head, he may do it. But I'm 99.5% sure Austin Riley will be on the 2027 and beyond teams as a big part of this team. And I know that might aggravate some of y'all because Austin has struggled this year, but the team is 42-20. And when he gets going, it might be the right time to keep us winning. So that's our mailbag questions for June 4th. I do appreciate you following Hardcore Braves and all of us. We got exciting stuff coming. We got some interviews coming up that I think y'all going to like. The Braves are playing really well. Follow us on all the media platforms at Hardcore Braves, and we love you, Braves country. And as always, we're out here. Peace.